Up to Richard Pugh. We may never know. They are racing in the OMC Claims Handicap Chase. 2 miles, 5 furlongs, 15 fences ahead of them, and going to the first, Plenty wanting to go forward disorderly towards the outside's been pushed forward. Fancy Foundations is up there. The West's Awake, Royal Rendezvous, and it may have been Cavalry Master. Revenant Pleasure and it'll open the first. So too is Ciel de Niche, but they're all safely over and quickly on towards fence number 2. And it is Cavalry Master towards the inside, who's won the battle to lead early, being chased by Royal Rendezvous, who's not too far away. The West's Awake jumps it in third as they all clear fence 2 safely. Revenant Pleasure just pushed away from the back of it. They turn towards 3 and 4 now before they come up to pass the stands, and it is the grey Cavalry Master 8th in the Paddy Power Chase the last time we saw him, being followed in second by the Galway Plate winner Royal Rendezvous. The West's Awake, one of 2 11-year-olds in the field, is towards the inside of last year's winner. That's Foxy Jacks on the outside, the Mount of Paddy O'Hanlon. Fancy Foundations in the red and white just behind this one disorderly with Ciel de Niche, and then towards the outside Revenant Pleasure as they clear that one. Just behind these, Smokesborough Hall is towards the inside. They come to race on now towards the fence, which will be their last next time. Cavalry Master leads the West's Awake and Royal Rendezvous with Foxy Jacks just behind them disorderly, and then comes Fancy Foundations over that one, and they're being followed over towards the far side by Ciel de Niche. As they come up now to past the stands, the West's Awake has taken over now under Philip Enright from Cavalry Master, Foxy Jacks and Royal Rendezvous, followed by Disorderly, Fancy Foundations and Revenant Pleasure. Ciel de Niche is next, and they're being chased by Rebel Gold. Smokesborough Hall is down the inside. Further back behind these goes Animix. And then the back pair are Egality Mans, who's towards the outside of Aramax, who unshipped at the 11th in the Irish National last time. So going to race over the fence away from the stands, and the West's Awake is on the inside of Cavalry Master as they take that one safely and race towards the turn, bringing them right-handed now to go on towards fences 6, 7 and 8 along this section of the track. The West's Awake out of the high-class race winner Bilboa, being followed in second by Cavalry Master, and third Foxy Jacks, and fourth on the inside is Royal Rendezvous. Fancy Foundations is just in behind. Disorderly is just outside these as they land over and hitting it very hard. Fancy Foundations did well to recover there. Jordan Gainford had to sit tight, hasn't lost much ground, but that momentum won't help as they now descend down towards fences 7 and 8. A ditch and a plane. The West's Awake leads Cavalry Master. Just behind them is Foxy Jacks with, on the inside, Royal Rendezvous. Disorderly is next with Rebel Gold. In between horses of this group is Fancy Foundations, who has recovered. Ciel de Niche is winner of 3 of his last 4 starts, is next. Revenant Pleasures went wide. Smokesborough Hall is the inside. Further back behind these to Animix, who was third in the top of them last time. Towards the back of the field, Egality Mans. And also towards the back is Aramax. So they come to race on now towards the fence, which will bring them into the back straight. And it's the West's Awake from Cavalry Master disorderly. Just behind them, Foxy Jacks is over on the near side. And goes very awkward over that one. Foxy Jacks lost a lot of ground at 2 or 3 positions with it. Now they race into the turn that'll bring them along the back straight. And it's the West's Awake from Cavalry Master disorderly and Royal Rendezvous with Rebel Gold, Revenant Pleasure and Fancy Foundations. Smokesborough Hall is on the inside of Ciel de Niche. Foxy Jacks has dropped back. Then Egality Mans is just outside. They're being chased by Animix, who's in front of Aramax. Coming to the first of the 3 fences right across from the stands. And over in front, it is the West's Awake from Cavalry Master, jumped in second. Right up there too is tracking this leading pair, and going on towards the next is Disorderly with Revenant Pleasure. Then behind this group, Royal Rendezvous with Fancy Foundations as they go to rise over the middle one along the back straight, where Fancy Foundations has hit that very hard again. That's 2 big errors, and it might just be too many as they go to the final ditch and race towards it now. It is the West's Awake from Cavalry Master, Disorderly and Revenant Pleasure, being followed by Royal Rendezvous as they land over that one. Egality Mans is next. Foxy Jacks has hit it as well. A few of these have made mistakes to put themselves out of it. Anything on its way into it.
Eyes drawn to Ciel de Niche, the white cap, and Royal Rendezvous, the 2 greens there in 3rd and 4th on the rail. But Philip Enright's found a good rhythm in the horse in front. Mark Walsh is tracking him. Also eye drawn to the checkered colours on the outside of Discordantly and Robbie Power. Revenant Pleasure travelling well with a lightweight. Lots of horses still in with chances, Richard.
And 4 ahead of them, and it is the veteran, the West's Awake, who leads Cavalry Master. Disorderly is wide, still getting into contention is Egality Mans. Then on this one's inside, trying to get into it is Ciel de Neige as they land over that one. The leader got low and racing now towards the fence before the turn in. Another mistake, Foxy Jacks, but he's out of it. It's the West's Awake from Cavalry Master, Revelant Pleasure, Disorderly, Snugsborough Hall's poking through behind them. Now looking for room as Ciel de Neige. There's not much of that. Royal Rendezvous is next. They're being followed by Animex, Rebel Gold just behind them as they begin now to make the turn towards home with two ahead of them in the OMC Claims Handicap Chase, and it's the West's Awake who leads for Philip Enright. Cavalry Masters right there for Rachel Blackmore. Disorderly is next under Robert Power. Snugsborough Hall goes very well under Richie T. Widest of all. Right down the inside is Ciel de Neige and Mark Walsh. They're spread wide now, and Revelant Pleasure and Shane O'Callaghan have a big part to play. Royal Rendezvous not out of it. Paul Townend to the 5-second loss they go, and it's Disorderly just coming together with Ciel de Neige. Snugsborough Hall the near side. Royal Rendezvous wide. The West Awake and Cavalry Master behind them, and now Disorderly, but only just from Ciel de Neige. Snugsborough Hall is just behind them, and Royal Rendezvous now getting on turns. To the last they go. Disorderly, Royal Rendezvous. These are the two that go forward from Snugsborough Hall. Disorderly and Robert Power on the far side. Royal Rendezvous and Paul Town in the near, and up towards the line. The Galway Plate winner's going to win at Punchestown. It's Royal Rendezvous for Paul Town and Willie Mullins again. Disorderly, Snugsborough Hall and Willie Mullins were next with Ciel de Neige. Then came Revelant Pleasure, followed in by Cavalry Master, Rebel Gold, and a mix. The West's Awake is the final one to finish because Aramax pulled up, so too did Foxy Jacks. And it is Paul Townend and Willie Mullins yet again with the top one on your card. It is Royal Rendezvous, who was bred by Cleeboy Stud, sold by both Fiona McGee and Virginia Considine to High Flyer for 130,000. Runs in the colours of Dr. Fitzgerald, Randox's Dr. Fitzgerald. He pulled up last time in the Topham, but he is a Galway Plate winner, and now he's a Punchestown winner.
There you go, Willie's Day, Ruby Walsh, Willie's Day.
Willie's Day is right. Going right-handed is a huge advantage to this horse. He was down the inside for a lot of the race until he had to switch right to challenge off the home turn. Paul Town and Green Cap, Regler, Jane picked him up, turning out of the back, moves to the outside here to come and follow Snugsborough Hall. But it is interesting, I mean, he was very good in the Galway Plate. He won a grade 3 level, but when he went up to challenge Fakir Dudari in the Clonmel Eye last year, he couldn't be found. That's the gap between these horses and the very good ones we saw earlier in the card. He was game and tough here in a handicap, good and quick at the last where he joins discordantly, and Paul Townend is with Katie Walsh.
Paul, we're just looking at you here at the big screen. Did you always confident that you were up at the back of it?
Going to the last, I was pretty confident once I got a jump. But yeah, I got caught for a room a little bit between 4 and 3 out, and I just had to sit. And when I got him out in the straight and got clear road in front of him, he started to motor, and I knew if his jumping held together, I was in with a live shout.
He is a great jumper though, Paul. I know it didn't happen in the Topham Farm, but he was unbelievable in the Galway Plate as well. He must be a lovely horse to ride.
But you know what he done there was settled, which he hadn't done before. Like, he was good and smart down over the first, but when Rachel and Philip wanted to go on, I elected to just tuck in behind Rachel, and he was happy out there. Jumping kept him in the race, and his jumping has won it from the end of the day because it was a big weight carrying performance.
Well, it's you rounded off a nice day to say the least, Paul.
Yeah, definitely had worse days, that's for sure. No, look, I'm very happy to be able to ride this level of horse, and the two that came before him, so it's been a good day.
Pascal Dream tomorrow?
Yeah, hopefully he'll behave himself. He got a flyer in Leopardstown and ended up jumping off last in Cheltenham on him, so I hope he gets out of bed the right side in the morning.
Blue Lord?
Yeah, has it to find with Kevin Yako. I think Gentleman to Me adds a bit of spice into that race, and I think I might ride mine a little bit differently.
Okay, Paul, well done. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, brilliant performance, Royal Rendezvous.
It sure was. I thought Ciel de Neige got a great run through, and the Mark Walsh going to the last, but Paul Townend, who's riding on the crest of a wave, well, he's been on that crest of that wave all season, the way he's been riding, produces this horse down the outside with perfect timing, Jane, just as they're coming to the last fence.
Yeah, and he didn't ask for a big jump. The horse was very clever. He put in a short one, credited discordantly. Jessica was second. Jessica with Lifetime Ambition. He'll go in as a winner today. Second again with discordantly. Her horses, the few that she's running are running really consistently, and they will have thought they had another winner here, but I believe Brian again working overtime. He's got somebody else.
Yes, the Fitzgerald